everybody. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of All in Sports. It's your man Lee Ice, and you can see I am joined by a beautiful guest today, Miss Amber. How you doing today, Miss Lady?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you for joining us. And as
Thank you.
always, we got the big dog in the house. Hill, what's going on, sir?
Hey, what's up, Lee Ice? Another day, another working day, bro. That's all I gotta say. Work.
Work, you not tired today?
A little bit. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Yeah.
Yeah, when you had the rest, what, last week? Was it last week?
Yeah, Thanksgiving weekend, I got all the
On
rest.
Thanksgiving
I ain't
weekend.
as bad as I'm usually am. I'm tired, but I'm not that bad today.
We got to, Amber, we got to keep that man fresh, you know. Got to keep him fresh. Hey, y'all, let's thank everybody for tuning in last week's show. And let's thank everybody for tuning in this week's show. Like I always say, I hope we can entertain y'all doing what we're going through. You know, Lee Ice don't say that word. But this is the season. This is the season. So please protect yourselves and your family the best way you know how. Miss Amber, are you ready to get things started?
Let's do it.
I'm just going to ask you one thing. Give me the fist so we can go all in. Give me a pound. There you go.
There you
I'm
go.
going to toast the show in.
She got some wine.
Oh, she got something. Oh, okay. She came ready. That's what I'm talking about. She came ready. Y'all know what's first on the agenda. It's called the All In State of the Union. It's brought to you by the best of his, best of was, the best that ever done it. You heard him. You heard his voice. His name is Hill, but you know we call him the big dog. Big dog, what's going on out there?
There are no teams worth this much money. There are several teams in the NFL, Major League Baseball, NHL, and the NBA does not even add up to a salary like this. Juan Soto, richest contract in sports history this week. How you feel?
It's out there. He got it. Congratulations. But like you said, that's whatever. I always tell the story. I remember when Moses Malone signed for $2 million a year, and I couldn't believe that. Now this man is getting what,
$739 million.
Unbelievable.
And guess what, Lee Ice? All of it's front loaded. It's not like Bobby Bonilla.
Yeah.
Bobby Bonilla got the best contract in history. But anyway, Lee Ice, Michael Jordan, Lawrence Taylor, Dean Smith. Some of the greatest names ever to play in the University of North Carolina. Can we add another one? Bill Belichick, New England Patriots former head coach, now the head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels. How you feel?
I don't know, man. I go back and forth. I think he's going to do good, but it wouldn't surprise me. I don't know, man. I don't know. He got a 24-year-old girlfriend, so he might can relate, man.
I think this is going to be interesting to see play out because although he's got the reputation of Bill Belichick, like what college kid doesn't want to go play for that? There's also, like, it's a new era of college football. Like, these kids want paid. There's a lot of, the coaches have to kind of more bend to the players, and he's not that kind of style. So I'll be interested to see how that plays out.
Ronnie James, Nets 30 points in the career high in the G League debut. How you feel?
I'm tired of watching the highlights.
I ain't seen the highlights yet. OBJ released from the Dolphins today after 9 games.
I didn't even know he was still playing. He's been so bad.
I didn't even. Two-way player, superstar Hunter is AP top player of the year. How you feel?
He deserves it. I don't think he deserves the Heisman, though.
The University of Marshall Thunder Herd opts out of playing Lee Ice in the bowl game this week. Yeah, they opt out because the transfer portal and coaches league. How you feel about that?
Unfortunately, this is the first, and I think it won't be the last.
My opinion is we need to rein some of this in. It's not fair to the other guys on the team. You got a guy basically walking out on the team. It's not fair to the fans. They pay for travel to go to these bowl games. They show up, and half their team doesn't show up. It's not fair to anybody else in the sport.
The Skins game, golf, returns after last played in 2008. Returns to 2025. The Ice.
When was the last time they played it?
2008.
Wow.
Commanders, wide receiver Brown that caught the Hail Mary out with kidney issue. How you feel?
As a Commander fan, we're gonna miss him.
Yeah, I hope you do. You know what I'm saying?
He had a big production this year, man.
Blue Jays signed Garcia to a 2-year deal, $15 million deal. Hall of Famer Ryan Sandberg says cancer has returned, Lee Ice.
Oh, man. Prayers up for him.
Yeah. Yankees signed left-handed pitcher Max Fielder to an 8-year, $218 million deal.
That's all? That's nothing compared to Soto, who they was going to sign.
Lee Ice, I'm about to name some names to you. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, now Joe Burrow. The Monday Night Bandits have struck again. They've broken Joe Burrow's house this time. How you feel?
What? Oh, wow.
Win the game, like they did Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce.
Oh, wow. Wow.
You know what I'm saying about that?
That's crazy. I mean, Monday night, you got to hope your house don't get broken into.
Yeah, you gotta hope so. Army loses to Navy. Upset special today, 31-22. How you feel?
I love watching the Army-Navy games, man. It's pure football. That's, you ain't got to worry about nobody going into the portal or NIL. This is just pure football. I love it.
I'll second that.
This Thursday night, while the Rams were beating the 49ers, a player left off the field during the game. I'm not going to say his name because I don't think I should mention his name. I think there's an honor for you to be able to play sports. It's not a privilege. It's an honor because it's a very rare few to get to play. I was one. So I'm not going to say his name. That's a despicable thing he did. And it's not fair to the team. How you feel?
It's not even worth talking about, for real.
ESPN analyst Randy Moss stepped away for battling cancer. He admitted it yesterday online. Liver cancer. How you feel?
One of my favorite athletes, man. Love Randy Moss, man. Praise for him.
Diggs is out for the season. Go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead.
I was just to say, get better, Randy.
Yeah.
Diggs is out for the season for the Cowboys.
This season's over anyway. Don't matter.
Oh, yeah, it gotta matter a little bit.
That doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Nope.
Man. Yeah, we're gonna run down some hockey scores.
Get burnt anyway.
Got some hockey scores, guys, early afternoon action.
Okay.
New Jersey Devils beat the Chicago Blackhawks 4-1. The LA Kings beat the New York Rangers 5-1. The Minnesota Wild 4-1 over the Philadelphia Flyers. The Golden Knights lose to Edmonton Oilers 6-3. Let's take a commercial break and we'll come back and get into college football playoffs.
Y'all heard what the big dog said. When we come back, we talking college football with Miss Amber. You're watching All In Sports. We'll be right back.
college is the champion, just know that I very well could be waiting on the other side. And if I am, this time I'm not going to miss. I will send you back into a tailspin. I will send you back to rock bottom. You'll hear that little voice in your head saying, it's okay, John, do it. It's okay, John, you earned it. Have that drink. I will send you back to rehab. Well, I'm supposed to rehab the World Heavyweight Championship. But until then, don't ever forget, I am the face of TBS now and forever. And I am the reigning, defending, undisputed next AEW World Champion.
Lee Ice, did you hear that?
Who was that?
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
You heard loud and clear?
I didn't catch it at the end. He said he is the
Don't worry about that
AEW.
part. That is Christian Cage. He used to be an Edge and Christian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's talking to John Moxley, which he used to be known as, I forgot his name when he was the Shield in WWE. But yeah, he said, John Moxley, he told his truth about John Moxley when in rehab for alcoholism.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up, man. He's probably going to send him back to rehab.
Hey.
He's hitting below the belt, man.
Yeah, it sounded like it, didn't it?
All right, Miss Amber, you ready to talk college football?
Let's do it.
Before we get started, I want your feelings on Bill Belichick going to North Carolina.
So, to me, this is very much. I'm more interested to pop my popcorn and watch what happens. I mean, it's really enticing when you're a college player to have Bill Belichick showing up at your doorstep to be like, hey man, come play for me. You're a college quarterback? Who doesn't want that? But the flip side of that coin is, like I touched on earlier, it's a new era of college football. We've talked on, this NIL thing. There's players that are hitting the portal. They're transferring out. They're almost like holding out. Bill Belichick is not the type who is going to, I'll say, suck up to his players, if you will. He kind of expects it the other way around. And that's just not the reality of the arena that college football is these days. So I'm interested to see how he handles that. That said, it seems like he's very good at managing player psychology. And there's been a lot of guys that have come into his program that he was able to manage their behavior, manage their mentality to keep them focused on football, and maybe he can maybe he can put something together that drives them into a drive to want to play football there in North Carolina. But
he said he's gonna run it like not like a professional organization, but kind of. He did say that he's gonna prep the players to play for the NFL. Mm-hmm. So that should get him a lot of recruits right there. Just saying he's gonna prep them for the NFL. All right.
I got a question for you.
The college voters get the 12 teams right.
I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel going from the BCS to the 14 playoff to where we at now?
I think, it sounded good when it was the BCS to go to the 14. Then it sounded even better for the 14 to go to the 12 team, but it seemed like it created more chaos. I don't think you're ever going to get it 100% right. There's always going to be a team. There's always going to be an Alabama crying. We played the toughest schedule. There's always going to be a team like my Hurricanes that got, left out, that feel that they should be there. So no matter how many teams you have, you're still going to, look at college basketball. They got, 64, and they still have teams that feel like they've been left out. So that's
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I feel like you're always going to have those bubble teams that, like you said, the first one out, there's always going to be hurt feelings there. But one of the things I would like to point out about the playoff picture this year is prior to when we were in the BCS and when we were in the 4-team playoff, there was always this debacle about who do we think it really is the best team in college football and making sure they're included in that tournament. And it was very subjective material. And you ended up with a Power 5 conference champion who goes unbeaten like Florida State end up getting let out. I think this 12-team picture, we're no longer having the debate about who we think is the best team and making sure they're included. We're having a bigger debate about, okay, who do we think is good enough to be in the top 10 or the top 12 to be making that playoff picture. Your undefeated teams, all your one-loss teams are all, and the Power 4 anyway, they're going to be included. You're going to have your Group of 5 conference champion be included. So when you have an unbeaten Cincinnati or UCF like we had in years past, they're not going to get to cry about it anymore. Okay, they got to show up and play with the big boys like they say that they can. I think this new picture, it's more encompassing of there's a good our national champion is somewhere in that field. It's not somebody who's sitting left out, in my opinion.
I think that the BCS was garbage. I mean, it was a start, but it was garbage. I think the 4 teams, like you said, was a lot of people crying. My only thing is going to go to 16 probably in 2 years when the contract is up. My thing is,
probably,
I have an issue with the first round. The first round actually should be the bowl games, and the second, the teams with the bye should get the home field advantage and play a home game. Not the teams that made it, not the first teams that make it, because that's a disadvantage already for the teams that had to bye. You got 2-3 weeks off, maybe a month off. You're not gonna play at home while the other team already playing at home. So we'll see how it works out starting Friday. So we can get into the matchups with Natalie Ice if you want.
Let's do it.
Friday. ABC ESPN at 8 p.m. The Indiana Hoosiers, representing the Big Ten, will go into South Bend and play Notre Dame Fighting Irish of the independent/ACC circuit. Who you got? And tell me why.
Go ahead, Amber.
Oh, this is a tough one for me to pick. I know that the committee was not supposed to take matchups into account, but I can't help but think that they did with this one. I love the matchup. This is huge for the state of Indiana. It's huge obviously for the Hoosiers, who've had a down year for so many years here. This is a tough one for me because this is more of a rivalry game. So it can go either way. To me, there's not an obvious winner here. I am leaning towards, I'm going to take the Hoosiers in this one. I know I'm picking an upset here.
Amber, I'm with you 100% on that myself. I'm going with Indiana too.
Well, I'll hear you out. What do you got? Why?
Why do I have Indiana? I got Indiana because it's not going to be foreign to them. They're almost playing at home, and they're going to have some of their crowd there. The weather's not going to be an issue because they're used to playing in the weather. Everything basically fits with Indiana. And Notre Dame. It's going to be more pressure on Notre Dame than Indiana. Indiana's not a football school.
Mm-hmm.
They're not supposed to be here. Notre Dame.
They're playing at South Bend, right?
Yes, they are.
They already had their slip up this year. They're not going to let Indiana come in there and beat them. They already. Who was it? Northern
Illinois.
Yeah. I mean, Indiana. I feel bad for them. They had a great season, nice Cinderella season, but it comes to an end in South Bend.
So they will go. The winner play Georgia. The winner goes on to play Georgia in the Sugar Bowl.
Mm-hmm. What were you saying, Amber?
I was going to say, I am interested to see how Notre Dame handles Indiana's defense. I was looking up some stats the other day just for funsies. Indiana's defense has only given up 850 yards all season. 150 total the whole year. Yeah.
They're the number defense in the country, the Ice. Number one in the country.
In 11 games, 850 yards?
12 games.
Well,
They kept, and then Ohio State makes up 115 of those, which one, you held Travion Henderson and Keyshawn Junkins, the two arguably best running back here in the country, to 115 yards. But you take those 115 yards out of that number, they're averaging giving up about 66 yards on the ground a game. Notre Dame's going to have to figure out how to get something going with that because they have a suffocating run defense.
So me and Amber got Indiana. Leah, you got Notre Dame. A game true to your heart, Amber. Saturday. TNT at HBO Max. Noon. Happy Valley. The SMU Mustangs come in without Eric Dickinson and Craig James. The Pony Express take on the Nittany Lions of Penn State. Who you got and why?
I'm going with my home team here. I'm going to go with my heart. I'm picking Penn State. I think it'll be a close game. I think it's going to be exciting. But SMU, I think I saw like their biggest crowd they've played in front of this year has been around 50,000 people. There's going to be over 100,000 people in State College, and they're going to be ready to party. They're going to be ready to rock. You know, Penn State has been frequently in the 5 through 8 picture and the playoff picture in the past. Their fans have been waiting for this for a long time. They're going to be ready for it.
Leon, take a commercial break before you say anything.
Anything. All right, yeah, we're going to go to a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to finish up these first round of college football playoffs. Miss Amber, Lee Ice, Big Dog. We all be right back, y'all.
Do I know what a booker is?
You know what a booker is?
I know what a booker is. I know what a fool is. I know what a liar is and a goof. And you're a liar and a goof. And I don't think you can wrestle. You never quit.
Jim, I still don't know what the blade job is. Tell me what that is.
A blade job is where they want you to bleed.
So you're in the fight.
And I told him I wouldn't do it. And he said, you're not
What are you supposed to do? Cut yourself with a blade?
Right, exactly, to produce the blood. And
Because
because
you carry a little capsule and break it if you want.
no, that I don't know whether that ever happened or not in the business, but the way they do it now is with a blade.
I think you're a liar on that, too. I've never used what you call a blade or anything else, and I can make you bleed in less than 2 seconds. I'll hit you so hard.
Lee Ice.
I know.
That was
Dr.
the
David.
Morton Downey Show.
Was that Dr. David show?
Jokes, yes. Talked to one of the guys who was criticizing professional wrestling at the time.
Yeah. I remember watching that. We was in high school, I think.
Yeah, we were in high school back then. Yeah.
Dr.
Right.
D. Dr. D. David shows.
Like
All
we
right.
said, Penn State, SMU, Lee Ice, go for it.
I'm going to go with Amber. Go with the Nifty Lions. Again, SMU, great story this year, you know, but it all comes to an end at State. So, who you got, big dog?
I really want to go with SMU, but I think the weather is going to play a factor in this. Even though SMU probably can adapt to it, I think the weather is going to play a factor. It's going to probably be cold as I don't know what in Happy Valley, because the Happy Valley's in the mountains, actually. If you ain't never been up there, it's in the mountains, bro.
Yeah.
I went to a tour up there when I was touring schools. Oh, yeah. It's in the mountains. So I'm going, it'll be close, but I'll give SMU, the loss in that one. Easy.
Okay.
Easy loss.
Next game.
Next game. It will be the Clemson Tigers invading Austin, Texas. The ACC champions will take on the SEC Texas Longhorns.
That don't sound.
Battle of the Oranges. Who you got and why?
If they were playing at Death Valley, I would go with Clemson, but I think Texas, because they're playing at home, I'm going to take the Longhorns. How about you, Amber?
I'm wholeheartedly in agreement. I think Texas at home, I give them the edge. Clemson, they've got 3 losses on the year. They've looked mortal. They're the only 3-loss team in the bracket. Kudos to them for winning their conference championship. I know that was a little bit rough for them down the stretch, but as you said previously, I think all good things come to an end, and unfortunately, I think the end of the road for Clemson's in Austin.
Well, the Ice, I'm going to be the oddball.
Really?
Okay.
I'm going with the Clemson Tigers in upset.
Yeah.
Clemson, Gabo Sweeney, man. It's just something about him, man.
Yeah.
Saturday night, ABC, ESPN, 8 o'clock, the Horseshoe. The Ohio State Buckeyes host the Tennessee Volunteers. Who you got and why?
I would go with Ohio State, man. I feel sorry for their coach, man. I ran into a Ohio State fan a couple of days ago. I said, if Ohio State wins the national championship, would you forgive your coach? He was like, hell no. He lost to Michigan. I'm going for Ohio State. Who you got, Amber?
I think this one's going to be close. I think it's going to be exciting. I think both teams are very evenly matched on the offensive and the defensive side of the ball. All things being similar in that aspect, I tend to lean towards the home team, so I'm going to give Ohio State the edge. Despite the fact that they have 2 losses, I do think that Ohio State is one of the better teams in the bracket. I think they have a legitimate shot here to win the whole thing. I know the fan base is unhappy with Ryan Day, and everybody says that he sucks and all of that, but that said, he still has one of the most talented rosters in the United States right now. I give them a legitimate shot, so I think they'll edge Tennessee out at home.
You waiting for me?
Yep.
Yes, sir. I know.
Listen to me. The Tennessee Volunteers will beat Ohio State handily, and Ryan Day will be fired Monday. Mark my words. Mark my words. So let's go to the next black, huh?
He's so sure of it.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm definitely sure. So, y'all said Notre Dame will probably win and play Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. Who you got coming out of that bracket?
That's a tough one. Mm-hmm.
It
I like
is
Georgia.
Go
I like
ahead.
the Bulldogs. I like the Bulldogs. They're playing at home.
You're playing
It's not a home game, but they Notre Dame will have a lot of followers down there though. But I don't know, Notre Dame lately, when they get in, they just get blown out when it's when they playing in the last time they played in the championship when they had what was that dude named Mantel, and they just got crushed.
Yeah, crushed.
It's like when they get close, they just get crushed. And I think that's what's going to happen if they play the Bulldog, Georgia.
Okay.
Amber?
Kirby Smart, he's been in the playoffs several times here in the last couple of years. He knows how to coach the playoff football. I don't doubt his ability to get Georgia through this. But the interesting wrinkle in the whole thing is Carson Beck is out. They're running with Gunnar Stockton, and
I like Gunnar Stockton. I like him.
I do too, but he doesn't have a ton of experience. And when you're talking into the quarterfinals and semifinals of this thing, you need to have an experienced player. You don't need the most talented arm. You need the guy who's going to make smart decisions and not make mistakes on the field. And I don't think Stockton has got enough experience to do that yet. The other interesting thing is he's a very different style from Carson Beck, and it's going to be interesting to see how Kirby Smart tries to work this. Now, he's got a few weeks to figure it out, but you kind of build your team around your quarterback, and the quarterback you're rolling with is an entirely different style than what you've been dealing with all year. So we'll see what Kirby cooks up with that.
Like you say, he got 2 weeks to cook something up. So
in the Fiesta Bowl, Boise State y'all said Penn State will be hosting Penn State. Who you got?
Once again, I'm going to be a homer here. I'm going with the Nittany Lions. I like the momentum they've got here going into the postseason. I mean, I know they dropped a close one here to Oregon, but as I've watched them over the course of the season, they have gotten better and better and better every single week. I don't think Boise is going to be able to stop, or I don't think Boise is going to have the defense to be able to stop them on the offensive side of the ball. I think Penn State handles their business pretty handily in this one.
Then you have, y'all say Texas playing Arizona State in the Peach Bowl in Georgia.
Arizona State, I think I might give the edge to here. Arizona State has had a very interesting story. To me, they are maybe the most interesting story in this playoff picture.
Yeah.
They were supposed to be like at the bottom of their conference, and they end up winning the whole thing. They have gotten very hot-handed here coming down the stretch, and these last couple weeks, like they've been gaining momentum. And it's kind of like when you get into March Madness, you don't want to be playing the team that got hot-handed down the stretch, and I think that's Arizona State in this bracket right now. Texas, I feel like they've kind of plateaued out. I think I'm going to give Arizona State the edge on this one.
I agree.
I'm taking Texas.
Okay. Then y'all got Ohio State playing Oregon in a rematch in the Rose Bowl. Who you got?
I'm rooting for Ryan Day. I want him to win the national championship and then just leave Ohio State. That's what I want him to do.
I think when you have two evenly matched teams like Ohio State and Oregon, it is very hard to beat the same team twice in the same year. That last game, it was close. Ohio State had to travel 3 time zones to go to Autzen Stadium. It was in Autzen Stadium at night, home field advantage. They lose by 1. It kind of comes down to the wire and some funky rulings. This one's going to be neutral sited. They're both going to have time to acclimate for jet lag and all of that. I get in Ohio State, you bet that they're going to have revenge on their mind. I give the Buckeyes the edge in this one.
So then you would have in your matchup Penn State playing Georgia in the Orange Bowl. That's y'all matchup right now. If y'all go with y'all say, who would go to the national championship game? Amber.
So the Penn State fan of me says that your luck has to run out sometime because it always does, and Penn State is just not that lucky. I know there's this perception of James Franklin can't win the big ones. Obviously, that's a big game, so that's always going to be a thing under contention. I would raise you. I think he can win big games as long as there's a team not called Ohio State that's in it. I think he has better odds when he's not playing Ohio State. But I don't know. If Georgia can figure out their quarterback situation with the new quarterback, and they'll have a game to work that out. I think I give Georgia the edge. If they're struggling with their quarterback situation, kind of eke one out over Notre Dame. I think I give the edge to Penn State.
The Ice?
I agree with Amber. This comes down to the quarterback. I mean,
so y'all going with Georgia?
He's inexperienced. So for him to do that again, you're asking him to do a lot. And I don't see that happening.
I'm saying this right now. 1981 revenge. Penn State will beat Georgia because Herschel Walker ain't there. There you go. They're going to national championship. They play either Arizona State or Oregon or Ohio State. Who you got? Who y'all got going? Oregon?
No, I'm picking Penn State. I'm picking Penn State.
To play Arizona State, Ohio State. Who you got? You got Ohio State beating Oregon. Who y'all got?
I think I got Ohio State in this one. Again, I know Ohio State's got 2 losses. Penn State almost got them, but that roster is just so deep. Again, as long as they make good game decisions and they've got a good game strategy and they execute correctly, I think Ohio State. I think that game is Ohio State's to lose.
So Ohio State, Penn State in the national championship. That's what y'all saying?
A Big Ten championship. Yeah.
I disagree with that wholly Harley, but hey, Lee Ice, take us home. We'll talk about that another time.
All right, Miss Amber, it was sure enough a pleasure. Your first, but it definitely won't be your last, I hope.
But thank you for having me. This has been fun. We'll have to do it again.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. And Big Dog, get some rest when you can.
I am.
And so we leave it like we always leave it. We tell the folks, Amber, whether you like it or don't like it, learn to love it, because it's the best thing going. But Miss Amber, for the Big Dog, I'm Lee Ice. We see y'all next week. Peace.